Good afternoon, guys. This is Richard. I'd like to show you some of the tools that I've made to do the points that you've been seeing lately. This is a piece of a white-tailed deer antler glued into a... Actually, it's a piece of boxwood. And it works terrific. Here's another deer antler. I think you saw that before. That's the ones that I use to start the notches or ears. I told you about the antler that I use for putting on the very, very teeny flakes on the edge. Hang on a second. Okay, at any rate, this thing is only probably about 20 to 30 thousandths thick on the end. And I only use that for finishing. Very, very fine work. I mean, you can't press on it too hard. Here's another one I made the other day. It's a square. And I use that for cleaning up the edges and pressure flaking. Again, a white-tailed deer antler. I think you've seen this one before with the Edwards. But again, I use that one that's fairly new. And I use that for doing my notch work. And again, I think you've seen this one wrapped in buckskin. It's a deer antler whitetail. And fairly thin, probably about a 1/16 of an inch thick. And that one works terrific too. Here's another thing that I made. Pressure flaker with a white-tailed deer antler in it. It's a little shorter than my, let's call it the Ishi antler, but you can see that it's a little shorter. Again, here's another one that I use. Little flat in the end, white-tailed antler. But one of the biggest things that I've discovered from my friend ALERIGICHOBBIT is to make these small pads, and you can see they're made out of 2 pieces of leather. Actually, this leather came from an old saddle shop, and he was discarding it, and I told him, boy, I'll take it. But at any rate, it's 2 pieces of leather hot glued together, and it's a very small pad. Here's another one. Just fits in your hand perfect. And the edges I actually grind with the pedestal grinder to get them round and to get rid of all the excess glue. But the best little one I have is here. Again, 2 pieces of leather. And when you're doing the ears, you do not want the little bitty ear pressing onto the, let's say, leather. So you move it off so that the little ear is not on the leather, and that will make a big difference in your success of snapping off an ear or not. And again, I need to thank ALERIGICHOBBIT. He showed me these on the video, and they really, really made a big difference in my notching and putting the long ears on. Okay, there you see the little tools I've made lately and what I've been using to make those points you guys have seen. And by the way, Daryl, or Darren, I don't know why I called you Daryl. I have a dear friend called Daryl. But anyway, Darren, I am smoking a pork roast outside after I saw your video on the smoking of the pork. So anyway, I thought I'd give it a whirl because we had one in there. But anyway, alright guys, take care. But keep in mind, those little teeny pads make all the difference in the world when you're trying to put those little teeny ears on. Just a little tip. Okay guys, thanks. This is Richard. Goodbye.